Hello. Ngatinyararei ava varume vamurikuona vane zvinotora mazi, varume nevakadzi. Ngatinyararei vanotora kuti zvavo zvavo zvikure zvakanaka. Tinei takanyarara, handizvo here? So, once more, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am quite convinced that the international community, our people, must be updated from time to time. And this is the moment, like you know, the war veterans and the people are like water and fish. So again, I hope you will always want to be introduced. We have got the provincial executive of the war veterans here. Probably of special mention, Comrade Zorwadza. You have not seen him near us, but he is part of us. Again, allow me to introduce to you the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe National Liberation War Veterans Association, Comrade Matema Danda. And obviously, you know the men, you have always been speaking to the spokesman for the Zimbabwe National Liberation War Veterans Association, Douglas Mahia. In the middle here, I want to introduce you to the chairman, the national chairman of the Zimbabwe National Liberation War Veterans Association. You have often heard him speak, but today he is not only going to speak, he will speak and spoke. So really, let's have the fireworks. Comrade Mtsang.
Thank you very much, Comrade Mahia. I have to just stand up temporarily to say I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled by the people of Zimbabwe, particularly on Saturday by what they did. And you, in your various walks of life, represent the people of Zimbabwe. You are making history. Histories are foot, and you are showing the world that Zimbabweans are like no other. They are special people. Thank you very much. Thank the gentlemen of the press who have been here for the last couple of days witnessing this history. Today we are also at the front here welcoming two gentlemen who have been part, apart from my leadership, who have been part of our citizenry in the struggle against abuse of office and tyranny. With Comrade Zorwadza, who all know him on the vendors. They've been at the sharp end of this regime in terms of including him personally. I can see today has got a smile because things are moving in the right direction. They are not there yet, but they will be there. Comrade Mungari, also from the United Citizens. We are bringing them in to show basically that this is a Zimbabwe initiative. It cuts across class, it cuts across church, it cuts across religion, it cuts across all walks of life, it cuts across political parties. This is a Zimbabwe initiative to be where we are today. And we want it to remain a Zimbabwe initiative, inclusive of everybody. And we, when the War Veterans say it, we do it from a matter of history. We have to unite everybody to defeat Ian Smith. And this is the same unit we are bringing again today to defeat the tyrannic regime which has become despotic of Mugabe, his wife, with their dynastic ambitions, and the G40 cohorts. So it's a united effort to defeat, and that so that Zimbabwe can start on a new chapter. It's not an expedient relationship from the war veterans. It is the same relationship which will be important for building the new countries. We need every Zimbabwean to put his shoulder on the wheel when we go across this important river, which is to say we are shaping a new country. That is the main reason why I want to say, to emphasize the Zimbabwe initiative, all inclusive. That's why on Saturday, when we called for the march on the rally grounds, we called on all the political parties regardless. So any noises which may come from political parties which want to divide the people, we see them as retrograde, we see them as backward. You ignore that. We want the people of Zimbabwe to go forward. After the political parties can come and persuade you, and I hope from the lesson which we are getting today that it required the collective of all of you to send an unmistakable signal to Mugabe. The democratic ethos is now within you. Don't let the democratic ethos come out of you. Matopinda mugemu iri endai munoudza vanhu kuti pauri ipapo vote yako, your will is the most important. Politicians from henceforth, they will be judged according to their competence, according to their merit, according to what they deliver to the people. That's the most important politician. If you hold them to account, you are making democracy, you are putting democracy within you. Don't ever leave it to the politicians again. You take it in charge of you, and that way should go everybody. You have done your thing, it is not yet complete, but democracy must never come out of you. Only by you being vigilant will we not slide back to Grace Mugabe. Only by you being vigilant will not slide back to the G4 cohort. Only by you being vigilant will we not slide back to spies and traitors like Jonathan. Only by you being vigilant will not allow an old man who is sinner to hang on to power until he loses it completely to his wife. Then he has to come out on television to admit, I let power go to my wife and her cohorts. Please forgive me. He admitted to it yesterday on his own. It will not be asleep on the wheel again as the people of Zimbabwe. That's the most important appeal I wanted to make. On that note, I want to sit down and try to address where we want to go now in terms of the Zimbabwe revolution, which you have been executing for some time, but which took a new twist on Saturday when all the people of Zimbabwe turned in a disciplined, massive scale to show to the world that we are very mature people when we come to our political future. We seize it with dignity, with purpose, and with a sense of mission. Thank you very much. I will sit down now. I want to start again by acknowledging the sense of fulfillment which we war veterans have by what happened on Saturday. The struggle for where we are today has been your struggle. It took another twist when the war veterans caught up with what many of you in your various ways may have seen, which maybe we took longer to see, that this regime had taken a very wayward and disastrous turn. When we wanted to show to this regime that we, the fighters who brought Mugabe and ZANU-PF to power, we are not happy. We were victims of violence which really hit the conscience of all Zimbabweans. You know that 2 years ago we were tear gassed and we were water cannoned by the Zimbabwe regime. It was a painful occasion. We want the people who did that to be still accountable in the fullness of time. But what it also did is it opened the eyes of the Zimbabwe people as to the extremities to which this regime would go to try to maintain its power. We told you that with the press conference, we said the regime is fired because of what it has done. I'm glad to say your turnout on Saturday actually signed the firing warrant to the regime. After that, there was no going back. So we are very happy that we and the people are on the same page. And that's why we are bringing some of the people, some of the Zimbabwean figures who may not be well known to everybody, but who have been bearing the brunt in the streets of the persecution. When they tried to turn the police force, they turned the police force against the people and even tried to make it a new army within an army. You know, Buchikurupi, Bondo Harishai was now being turned into a paramilitary army against the other army, our army, the one which was created by the G40. They were the ones who were being beaten in the street. So we want to say we are very happy to be on the same page with the people. We are saying we are also very happy that ZANU-PF as the ruling party has taken it upon itself to jettison Mugabe and actually bring in a new leader. It's a very welcome move by the ruling party. We are also very happy with the MDC that in all the things which are being done now, including the impeachment process of Mugabe, they are working together because these two political parties are the ones who have the repository of your will and the building across the road at Parliament building. We hope that that unity between the two political parties holds, so that the constitutional process which may be required to make Mugabe go can be executed with speed, so that he leaves office. But we, as the people of Zimbabwe, the war veterans, we are not waiting for the constitutional processes. We are saying to Mugabe, smell the coffee. Your time is gone. Your time is gone. If a few years ago, a few months ago, you were 100%, you have become 80, 60, now 40, maybe 20%. Now maybe you're at 10% going to 0%. Please don't go to 0%. Use your dignity. You have ruled long enough. Throw in the towel. Let the country start be given a clear and unmistaken signal that it can start on a new page. You are the biggest hindrance now to the country moving on to the stage. Yes, we welcome that you have now made an overture to your former vice president. We want to thank the generals who continue to play this brokering role. First of all, they defended they defended the people against the extremes of this regime. They moved proactively, and the army removed a role which should have been done by the CIO, and the police was to be done by the army, and it was not a coup, it was a corrective measure. Now our generals have gone further, they defended, they allowed you to demonstrate on Saturday to show Mugabe that his time is gone. That was very positive. Furthermore, when some elements who are obviously angry wanted to move against Mugabe on Saturday, the army moved quickly to protect him and disabuse the world that the army is playing a coup role against Mugabe. They to protect him from being accused to be a detainer of Mugabe. The army became a protector of Mugabe. That's what the People's Army should do. So we continue to salute the defense forces for that role. We are also encouraged by the new role where they've done, where they become an honest broker between Mugabe and his erstwhile vice president. It's again a very positive thing on the part of the army, which they are discharging to the people of Zimbabwe, and their continued maintenance of order in a very difficult situation. We are very happy with that. But these are institutional processes which have been going on, and they should continue to go on. But we, the people of Zimbabwe, as we showed on Saturday, we want Mugabe gone. Please don't continue to burden the army, the institutions, the parliament, and all the other. The priests who are negotiating, the Charambas who are negotiating, the Konoris who are negotiating. Please let them go and sleep by simply resigning. Your role is up, Mugabe. Resign and go, and let this country start on a new page. This is the message. We want Gachienda. Yes, there's absolutely no reason why when you have expressed your intention to go, you still drag your feet on going. You have expressed your intention to go. Please let your feet move you forward. Don't continue to drag. They should not stick in the mud. Mugabe should go. His mind is at going. He should go now. That's all we want. Intention and action must coincide now. He must go. That's all we want. If he doesn't go, we shall be calling upon the people again of Zimbabwe to come back and show him the door. We will bring them back, the same people who came on Saturday, but this time we'll be appealing to everybody in Zimbabwe to come so that they show him that the whole people of Zimbabwe want him to go yesterday. We are also appealing to SADC chairman, President Zuma, and his colleagues in SADC to use all their good offices to make sure that this man is given marching orders as soon as possible, so that Zimbabwe can start on a new leaf. The economy is in a dire state. We are all suffering. All these vendors, they don't want to be in the street. They want to be doing something much more productive. They can only do that when the economy starts ticking. And the economy starts ticking when there is a new political dispensation. We want a new political dispensation immediately, so that the economy can start. And it cannot be held to the hostages of Mugabe and his whims. You have ruled for 37 years. We don't want you another 37 seconds. Please, go away. Go. What do you want? We all... Mugabe. But we are also appealing to the African Union, which was wobbling, to come back to the fold and support whatever regional diplomacy can make Mugabe quickly go. We want retired presidents, Anakaunda and Benny Mkapa, Chisanos, and everybody, Sem Joma. Please come and tell your colleague of yours that his time is up, he must go. That's what we want. We saw the OAU, the IU must support that position. We are also appealing to the Secretary General of the United Nations to use his good offices again through the normal channels, particularly through the chairman of SADC, President Zuma, to impress upon Zimbabwe that the international community wants him gone yesterday. He has had his time, many years, addressing the United Nations. We don't want him to think that he can go there again, no more. He must now leave the stage to another Zimbabwean leader. That's what we want. Let the country start on a new leaf. So the global community, please impress upon Mugabe to go. We want the major powers of the world, including those in the Security Council, to have send an unmistakable and unanimous signal among them to say Mugabe must go. Because we want the voice, we want the global voice to be unison. He used to go to the Pope to Rome saying he's a Catholic. Mr. The Pope, you are a very important man, you know. You must impress upon Mugabe that as a good Catholic, he has an obligation to live now. He must live. And we are all Catholic Christians. Please pray, impress upon your bishop to say your ilk in fellow in religious belief, in religious practice Mugabe should live. So the Catholic Church should issue an equivocal statement today to say Mugabe, live. But also in all the other Christian churches, we want the Reverend Ndanga, who was with his wife to go and tell his congregation and tell Mugabe, I made a mistake to come on to you on Sunday or whatever. Mugabe, can you please go? Please we don't want any of these people to be victimized like President with the Reverend Ndanga. It happens, some people make a mistake at the last minute. We want to be tolerant. We are all Zimbabweans. So don't please pillory him for what he did. All we want is him. He has taken over a new leaf. He must tell Mugabe to go. We want a national unison voice to say Mugabe must go. A regional unison voice, Mugabe must go. An international global unison voice, Mugabe must go. And must go now. In fact, he must go yesterday. That's what we want. This is the message which we, the war veterans, because we want the country to start on a new leaf. By the same token, we are aware of individuals who are nailing around Mugabe, trying to stop him from going. First, we are very happy about the Zimbabwean cabinet. They all refused to go to his cabinet meeting because they expelled him. He's no longer the leader of the party. So their party says he's no longer the president, so they didn't go. There were few stragglers. I understand Ebima, who is related to Grace by marriage, but they were now making it into a dynasty. This country which was fought for. So Bima went there. We understand Made. You know how Made is. He likes political sense. He likes political common sense. He went there, and we heard that there was a Mbwembwe also related by marriage. To who tried to go to that cabinet. But by and large, everybody refused to go. We must applaud those Zimbabweans. So even from his own cabinet, Mugabe is no more mandate. He's finished. Yes. So that's why we're saying yesterday, I happened to pass through Parliament to see the Speaker. All ZANU-PF MPs were at ZANU-PF headquarters moving the motion that he should be impeached. And we want to applaud them for making that decision. But there was one lone MP who was there, a lone minister who was not there. It was Bonyongo, the Minister of Justice. He was trying to persuade Mugabe to call for a cabinet to pass the budget, trying to prevail upon the Speaker. We are saying, Comrade Bonyongo, you are a comrade. I know him when he was my junior at St. Augustine's. We know him, he followed to the war. We know him that he is trying to play a role which is contrary to what the other ministers and MPs are doing. Comrade Bonyongwe, stop it. After all, when we want to make a review of our present problem, the most important eye of the government is the CIO. And until recently was the leader, he was the Director General of the CIO. All the road which have forced you people of Zimbabwe to suffer so much, the CIO should have been vigilant. All the problems which have finally forced the army, which is normally just there to protect the borders, to intervene in national politics to correct, would have been corrected if CIO had done its job, if the police had done its job. You were derelict on duty, Bonyongwe, as Mugabe was. If you want, we can go further and begin to ask why you were derelict on duty. And we have reason. Yes, and we know his background because one of the most reactionary American professors at the Kennedy School of Government, his name is Robert Rodbeck, who is a great admirer of Rhodes. And all of you young people, go and read this name, R-O-B-E-R-T, R-O-T-B-E-R-G. This is Robert Rodbeck. He is the main mover behind all this commotion which we have seen in the last 4 or 5 weeks. He was in Zimbabwe 5 weeks ago to come and cause the problems which we face right now. Robert Rodbeck is the ultimate culprit. And if you look at him, he has written a book with Bonyongwe. Bonyongwe was one of the co-authors. And this book is actually the foundation of an American army called AFRICOM in Africa. It was written in 2000. We don't want to go into too many details about the conduct of some of our comrades in this matter. But what we are appealing right now is that we want Zimbabwe united, all Zimbabweans together. We have no issues with what somebody may have done in the past right now. We just want Mugabe to go. But they should stop playing any role negative to try to stop, which makes Mugabe think he can spend another second in office. We appeal to Bonyongwe, we appeal to the Chiangwas, because they are running around saying the way was Jimba and the dynasty Chiangwa. Please stop it, tell your men to go. Kana chiri chidao, kana chiri uri dzinza, taurirai mwana wenyu achidzokera kwaZvimba. Nguva yakayakwana. We are just sending out a signal to our fellow Zimbabweans who may be still trying to make Mugabe stay longer, that the time is up. If we come again next time, we'll be having a roll call of who the people are. And then, when eventually things turn, we may want them to account for their actions. But the time for them to repent is now. The Jesus of politics is about to come back. Before he arrives, they must repent. Otherwise, it's too late. We want them to go on the other side. These are the people I have singled out. In particular, those who went to his cabinet this morning is his family. And two, the former Director General, the Minister of Justice. We can go and dig a lot of things. He should change his role and join other comrades who we fought with, so that we have a unison voice from all the people associated with the war veterans, those in the army and out. We unite in one voice. Mugabe, go, including Comrade Bonyongwe. Tell Mugabe, go. That's what we want from him. By and large, comrades, this is our message. I emphasize the Zimbabwean initiative which we have now is not expedient. It's just not for today. We, the war veterans, want it to be the same initiative of collective responsibility and collective duty to our country, regardless of where you are coming from, to say want to build Zimbabwe to start on a new leaf. No more name calling across any political lines. No more name calling. Zwana pasi raise. Every Zimbabwean is your sister. Every Zimbabwean is your brother. Every Zimbabwean from a political party is your fellow political mentor. We want all of Zimbabweans to continue to be together. And this is the Zimbabwean which we want with war veterans. And you showed it on Saturday when all of you come. Yes. And we also want the responsible political statements. Any divisive political statements we don't tolerate anymore. We don't want any divisive political statements. And to the international community, to the business community, we start with the business community. But before I get there, I go to one particular appeal. There are some young people who are abusing the internet to try now to claim to be leaders of this thing, to try to divide the people and to try to cause confusion. We always want to work with law and order institutions of the country. We showed on Saturday that Zimbabweans were disciplined. We don't want people who encourage us to some sorrow. But But if you are doing something somewhere to try to cause confusion in the land, please stop it. Next time we'll be coming here, we'll be naming those names to say Ningina, Ningina, Ningi. You want to cause confusion among the young people. We don't want that. We are also very happy with the students who are saying good thing. They are right, those students. In another epoch, we were also at university, we were also students. We actually said we will not live another life. Another life, we only one, until Smith is gone. So this little sacrifice from the students to send as a signal to Mugabe to go, we welcome it. Please, the students, you used to keep us saying go, Mugabe, go from universities. So this is very important. We are appealing to the businessmen in the country. Should we again call for a march and everybody coming to Harare, we would want you to support. We are calling to the diaspora. This is your occasion. You are part of the Zimbabwean community, the new diaspora from the young people, but the old diaspora from the old Rhodesian. They are coming from the same country, the whites. And they were all there in full force on Saturday. And other racial groups in Zimbabwe, the Indians, they all come back on Saturday. This is Zimbabwe Incorporated. We are all in it together. We are encouraging you to remain one and the same with the people of Zimbabwe. And should we call for another march, we call upon you to support again that march. But hopefully, we are very hopeful that Mugabe can obviate, can make it unnecessary for us to continue to have press conferences, for us to continue to call people to march by simply throwing in his towel and giving the chance the country to start on a new leaf. That's all we want. He has nothing which he could not do in 37 years, which he can do in the extra time which is all the niceties of leaving office with dignity. He can do that after he has offered his resignation. Actually, we can even pile more accolades on him about what he may want, unless if, of course, his demands are lawful. If they stole money, we will not allow him to say he can proceed away with the money, because that's what his wife was doing. That we cannot accord. But anything else which is reasonable and dignified, when he spelled out in the Constitution, he can live with that as long as he lives now and says, I am resigning. We can negotiate the terms afterwards, but he must say, I'm gone and gone forever. Zimbabwe want to be rid of you. Go, go, go. Now, suka wena, suka.
What you saw yesterday. I was also hearing that the same person Onyongwe was found to be coercing some of the legislators using money so that they would vote against impeachment. Do you hear that and what do you make of that?
Well, we are not going to, I've given you an indication, including giving you names which can make you understand the proper history of the man. So we are giving him, we've made it very public. I don't want to go into details. We are very happy that his fellow MPs and fellow from ZANU-PF, they didn't bother to listen to him. We are also very happy that his fellow ministers in cabinet, and as a new minister, I was in that cabinet, he wants to build more influence than the ministers who have been there before. And they ignored him and they didn't go to Mugabe's cabinet call. So Onyongwe, we are just telling him, please stop it. That's all we are saying. Another question? We are very happy. Again, the press was here. We are very happy with all of you who have come. We are happy with the children of the Zimbabwe National War veterans who are here, their representatives. But we are also happy with the Zimbabweans from all walks of life. We have managed to come to this press conference. It is for you. It is for Zimbabwe, and it is a Zimbabwean initiative. Thank you so much.